Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another live session. I'm waiting to see faces here. My name is Emilio Jose Garcia, and I am so excited to have you here today. I will really appreciate it in the comments. You can hear me, and if you can, everything is working well. And I invite you to hear you but can't see you. How was your weekend, guys? Same here. Okay, I'm trying to fix the scene. Okay, feel free to share in the comments in the meantime what was a good thing that happened to you since last session, since Friday. What is something that really happened to you that you really enjoyed during the weekend or yesterday? Hi Violeta, how are you? Really appreciate you covering this topic. Today's topic is about how to create an aligned life that really feels good to you, that really includes the things that you want and the things that you need to know from experience too, that so many times we know what we want. Holy moly. Okay guys, I'm using my iPhone. Can you guys see me and hear me now? Please let me know in the chats. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, like my internet completely closed down. Like my Internet Explorer, my Chrome completely shut down and I don't really know why. So I'm just gonna use my... Oh no. Just gonna use my iPad, my iPhone, okay? Sorry about that. Nice house. Did you see the tour of my house, Nancy, last Friday? I did a tour of my house. I don't know if you were in the live session or not, but people got to see how I live and the things that we do to integrate minimalism in our lives. Okay, let's just use that. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I don't know if you can hear the background music that I have for you. So today's topic is, it was a request. Hi Emilio and everybody, wish you all blessed day from Berlin. Hi. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for sharing in the comments. So anybody is new to these live sessions with me? Anyone is new, first time? Just type it in the chat so that I can say hi and see your face. First time. Hey, from Barcelona, Jessica. You know that's my city. I lived there all my life until 2008 in Barcelona. That's funny. Hi Elisa, hi Nancy. Amazing. Thank you for sharing, guys. So today's topic was a request from a person, but I know that this is a topic that comes up for a lot of you guys and for myself too, so many times. Hi Lotus, welcome. And this is how to create a life that feels aligned with your values, feels aligned with the things that you want, and how to, I wouldn't say fight, I would say how to embrace and overcome the resistance that we face. And that resistance shows up in a way of us feeling like we don't deserve a life like that. Maybe things should be different. Maybe someone is telling you that that's not possible. Maybe you feel that you are not capable of doing that, making that happen, the resistance really shows up in so many different ways. And it's so important for you to be able to shine the light on those things. Sometimes we don't have all the answers, but sometimes we just need to start becoming aware. Hello from Bay Area, California. Amazing. So I would like to ask you before we start the session, what is something that you feel that is not aligned right now in your life? What is something that you know you could do something about that doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel like it's flowing? Good morning, Sharon. What is that something in your life right now? Can you identify something? And I am happy to share an example from my own experience. For example, one thing that comes up for me a lot is it's work. Since I was little, I was taught that work is supposed to be 9 to 5. Work is supposed to be hard. You have to sacrifice a lot to make money. It's difficult to make money. Normally, you don't do the things that you like and get paid for them. You are supposed to work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So there are so many belief systems, right, that I was taught, because that was the reality for the people around me, for my parents, for so many people, right? So I knew that I needed to create my own business. I knew that I needed to have full control of my time. My daily routine is not following doing things I want to do versus just one it's happening in my day. Thank you, Sharon. Work, perfection, fear through procrastination. Thank you, Juliana. So I knew that for me to have a life that was aligned with my values, I needed to have my own business, but I had no idea how to make that happen, right? And I had all these belief systems telling me not to do it because it's scarce, because I'm putting others' needs and requests first, to the point that I don't have time and energy to take care of myself in a way that would let me be in a good place physically and emotionally. Sarah, so you are a giver. You are giving so much that you end up drained. Work and having my own home, that is exactly where I am now. Same here, Sarah. Yeah, so this is so important, right? Like, and you are shining the light here, Sarah, on healthy boundaries and on awareness of your own self-care. Really, really understanding what that self-care means to you, when is enough for you to give. So when are you crossing that line that by you giving more, you are draining yourself? Because there are many different ways of approaching this, and so many people can give, and when they give, they feel energized by giving. And so many people, when they give too much, they feel drained, and then that's going against them. That's actually affecting their mental health and the way they show up in life, right? So if that's your case, you really need to start working on your own self-care. You really need to start discovering what activities make you feel well, what activities give you energy, and what are the activities that are draining you, and what can you do right now to try and make those activities less draining or eliminate them completely if you can. So I don't really know what you guys are giving. I don't really know what you guys are doing right now, in what areas. So happy to hear this. I am retired now, living well on my pension. I'm not rich but happy, and people keep asking me, what is next? I'm so happy just living through now. Monica, that's amazing. Sometimes retiring is such a huge change in your life, and it's very difficult to have clear answers right away, because how long have you been working and doing the same lifestyle for? For some people, before they retire, it's been 20, 30, 40 years doing the same thing over and over. And all of a sudden, it's like one day, it's like you are retired, boom. And your lifestyle, everything is just changed completely, 180 degrees, right? So all of a sudden, you fall into this place that you don't know how to manage. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do with your time. And there is this adjustment period of time that you deserve that. How long have you been working for? And now you're retired. You deserve this time for yourself. You deserve doing nothing. You deserve embracing hobbies that you couldn't do before. You can do a lot of things, right? I notice that oftentimes I feel not deserving of having what I need, so even when I do have the time to myself, I don't know what will really make me feel good. Sarah, can I ask you something? Have you done any self-care course? Do you know that I have a self-care course here on Inside Timer, a 10-day self-care course that can help you with all these things? Because I know from experience and from seeing a lot of people struggling with self-care that it's not easy to come up with answers. So I invite you to check my course or another course on self-care, something that piques your curiosity, and try to start allowing yourself the time to start discovering. Don't have any expectations, just start discovering what's going on, what you like, how you feel. Okay? I don't have a permanent home because of all the turmoil inside. I am older too and don't know how to create it. Thank you so much, Nancy, for sharing that. Where do you live right now? Are you living in a van, or are you what does that mean that you don't have a permanent home? Are you renting? Jessica says, fighting my way through anxiety to find inner peace. Jessica, I will invite you to really shine the light on what does anxiety means to you, and when is that anxiety showing up for you? When is that showing up for you? Is it when you are doing something specific? Is it when you are in company of someone specific? Is it because you are facing a trauma from the past that you just couldn't manage? Are you getting any help to work through that anxiety with someone? That's the first step, I feel, for you to start really shining the light on that anxiety first, because until you don't understand that and you learn how to manage that, it's gonna be very difficult for you to actually start changing, right? I create a self-care plan after your session, but it's actually doing it. Okay, so you, Sarah, are having trouble with actually the time management aspect of it, to actually the accountability of doing it on a daily basis. Is that your problem? I am camping and house sitting. Nancy, that's great. And you don't like doing that? Is not that what feels aligned to you? Because I know some people that they do that full time. They are house sitters full time and they go from country to country and they love it. So I don't really know if that's something that you don't enjoy and it's not your choice, but you are just falling into that, or I don't know if maybe you just want to create something different for yourself. I think it is self-care issue. I take care of everyone but me. Okay. So in here, guys, when all these things happen, every day, past trauma, yes, you have a therapist. I have a therapist, okay. I'm taking your course. Thank you, Nancy. I hope it helps. So everything that you guys are telling me is, it's tough, it's life, right? We all go through all these things that we have to shine the light on, we have to learn from, we have to get help with, and we just have to go through that. We need to go through those things before we can feel aligned, before we can even know what we need and want. Because if you are in a place of feeling drained, not having energy, then it's very difficult for you to do something about it. The challenge is allowing myself to do things that feel good to me without feeling guilty. Sarah, I will invite you to really, let's dig deeper into why do you feel guilty? What's behind that? What's underneath that? What is the belief that you have that doesn't allow you to feel good receiving that thing that is for you? So why do you feel guilty? Is it a belief that is telling you that you don't deserve this? Is it a voice from someone that told you in the past, maybe when you were little, that you are no one to deserve self-care, that self-care is selfish? What is it? Try to go deeper and try to understand the reason why you feel guilty. And this is something that, I don't know if you guys have heard of inner child work. I think it's the name. It's basically going back to your infancy, right? When we all form our beliefs, our structure of the world, how the world works, how we are supposed to deal with things, with our emotions, stuff like that. In those times, we really we are really forming belief systems, right? That will go with us for the rest of our lives. And so many times we don't have the time or the space or the help or the support to go back to those beliefs and really question them and say, why do I believe this? Why am I feeling guilty when I do self-care? What's underneath this? Who told me that I wasn't worth it? Who told me that I couldn't? Or what happened? So try to really understand and dive deeper into the why. The sense is that I can't relax and enjoy life until I have taken care of all the things that I feel I should get done first. Okay, so what are all those things, Sarah? Do you have clarity on all those things, what that means to you? Because that's a belief that you have in your head, right? So you have a belief that says, until I complete all these things, I won't allow myself to relax because I have to complete all these things first. But I don't really know what all these things are for you. Because if all those things are something unrealistic, something that there is no way that you can do that all at once, something that requires a lot of time from you, then unless you establish some sort of routines to do those things slowly but don't drain yourself at the same time. So I need to understand what is all those things. What does that mean exactly? Sharon says, I started your live recipe body, mind, family, social worker. It was a great exercise and I started a lot of new habits last week. Amazing, Sharon. I am grateful that recipe helped you. And honestly, if you can set the time to set the intention, and then you can set the time to reflect and remind yourself of the things that you really wanted to do so that you can feel aligned with your life, that's the way for you to start making progress towards what you want. It's not even concrete. It's just a sense of there is more I should get done. Sarah, great. So there we have a piece. You don't have a concrete definition of what success or what completion feels like, or what is that really feels like, or it should be like for you. So I would say, try to create a list with the things that you have in your head that you should finish. Just write them down. Okay, what is it? Is it organizing your home? Is it being better at time management? Is it practicing more self-care? Is it saying no to things that you don't like doing? You have to be more specific, okay? When you can be more specific, then you can start thinking about that specific thing and start creating a plan of attack of what can I do here realistically every day, every week, every month to make this a reality. Okay, so that's awesome, Sharon. I am also trying to start some new habits. Guys, that's great. So keep trying. Don't try too many all at once because creating habits take a little bit of time. But I'm so proud of you guys for starting making change and for being willing to change your habits. That's amazing, Harv. So yeah, Sarah, I will invite you to really do that exercise, okay? Because right now you have a blueprint in your mind that is telling you until I complete all these things, I will not allow myself to relax. But all these things is not clear to you. So you never will accomplish them because they are not specific, okay? So I want to share an example. Look, I'm creating a course for Inside Timer about minimalism, okay? And I was feeling overwhelmed. And I just didn't allow myself to relax because I had to finish the course. But in order for me to finish the course, a 14-day course, I'm not gonna finish that in 2 hours or 3 hours or even 1 week. I need more time, right? So the recipe that I am following to feel well is okay, I'm gonna try and work on the course every day for at least 1 hour, okay? If one day I drop the ball, the next day I have to do 2 hours, okay? And then what happens is when I sit and I do the course, I will do the hour, I will scratch the thing, and then that day I will feel complete. So now I allow myself to go to the gym, to do other things, because I know that if I do 1 hour a day, in 2 weeks, most likely 3 weeks max, it's gonna be finished, okay? So sometimes I do 1 hour a day, sometimes I do maybe a chunk of 3 hours, because when I get motivated, I can do a 3-hour chunk, record a bunch of lessons, edit a bunch of lessons, and then I feel complete for the next 2 days. So I can allow myself to say, the next 2 days I don't have to work on my course, and I feel complete with that. And then 3 days from now, I will spend 1 hour in the course. You know what I mean? It's something specific that hopefully helps you calm yourself, because you know that you are making progress, but you are not letting that progress, that unrealistic progress, drain you, because you are trying to accomplish a huge task in no time. And then you are always feeling that sense of like, I'm not doing enough, so I cannot relax, so I cannot allow myself to relax, go to the gym or do self-care, because I don't deserve it. You deserve it. Just try to be more specific and try to fit those things in your week so that they are realistic and they are doable, okay? Started a habit tracker for July after a session with you, eye-opening you. Thank you, Rosemary, that's amazing. I really love habit trackers when I'm creating new habits. So Gillian, what's a habit tracker? Let me bring one, okay? A habit tracker is a visual way for you to, when you make a commitment with yourself, for example, I want to meditate 10 minutes a day, for example. You want to create that habit, right? So a habit tracker is a visual way of you writing down the habit that you want to create and then coloring if you are doing it or not on a daily basis. So I have my journal here, and for example, this is a habit tracker. Okay, so this is a habit tracker. I have here the habits that I want to create. Okay, and then I just color green or red if I have done it or not. Let me show you a bigger one. So I do this when I'm trying to create new habits. I don't do them all the time, but I do them if I'm trying to create a new habit and I don't know how I'm doing. They really help me sometimes to really see what's going on. This is another habit tracker, for example, for June. So I don't know if you see. So these are the days of the week. Okay, these are the habits that I'm trying to track. Okay, and then I color, for example, the top line says exercise. Okay, so exercise, and then it starts here. This day, did I did it? Yes or no? Yes or no? So yes. This day I didn't do it. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. So you see what I mean? And then when you look at this, you can really reflect very easily, because I can look at this and say, okay, I wanted to play the piano 10 minutes a day. And I say, wow, from the whole month, I only didn't do it for 5 days. So that's really good. That means that from 30-day period of time, only 5 days I didn't do it. That's amazing. So we bought a Vitamix blender, and I had make a Vitamix recipe. This one, if you see, I only did it twice in 1 month. So I only did it this day and this day. So when I looked at this, I realized like, wow, like, so I made a commitment with myself, but I'm not doing it. So why? And this is not to make you feel bad. This is to reflect and think, why am I not doing a recipe every day? Because that's unrealistic. Let's face it, that's unrealistic. Trying a new recipe every single day for a month, that's unrealistic for my lifestyle right now. So a more accurate dream for me or habit will be, I'm gonna try a recipe once a month. And then when I complete that, I'm gonna create a recipe twice a month. And then 3 times a month, and then maybe once a week. And then I will not do that forever, but maybe once I have a set of recipes that I enjoy, then that really will help me create that habit. It's a bullet, yeah, that's a bullet journal, Mega. Thanks, that's really helpful. It looks like a secret code in purple. Well, you can use any colors that you want. I have this pen, okay, that has different colors. So I just used whatever. Another way for you to set the intentions is by creating what I call a creation, right? And then this is a way, for example, Sarah, this is a way for you to maybe divide all the things that you need to do in your life in areas. For example, I have body, mind, relationships, work, stuff. You can create the headings that make sense to you, okay? But then you start writing down and you declare your mind into this piece of paper, okay? And then, hi BD, yeah, I love this pen. Hello from Virginia. Hello, Kat. So just why it's so important to put things down into paper? Because guys, if you have all the stuff in your head all the time, there is no way for you to reflect. There is no way for you to like write things down and feel complete. There is no way for you to create a plan of attack if you don't have clarity about what is it that you want to be doing. And you will not be able to create a week schedule if you don't know the tasks that you're supposed to put in there. And you're gonna have this constant, like Sarah, right? Like, and sometimes me, I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing enough. And then that's really a very crappy feeling to have. Honestly, it is. Because it really prevents you from living life fully. It really prevents you from feeling joy, from allowing yourself self-care, playfulness. You never deserve it. You feel that you never deserve those things because you never do enough. So guys, be specific. Create a list with the things that you want. Be specific about how much are you planning on doing every week on that specific thing. And I promise you that when you have clear targets that are easily achievable, you will achieve them, you will cross them off your list, and that effect will make you feel great. And majority of the times, that motivation is gonna start kicking, and you're gonna probably do more of what you set for yourself. And then you're gonna start gaining momentum in other areas of your life. But you have to be specific and you have to be realistic. Don't try to do too many things that it's impossible to achieve, okay? Quick wins, guys. Try to get some quick wins first. Very true, that happened to me this weekend, but I said I've been working hard all week. Time to care for myself. It felt good. Letting go. Now I feel energized for the week. Amazing, Veronica. I love that. Amanda says, in your experience, do you find a difference in effectiveness in handwritten in a journal versus using a digital habit tracker app? Amanda, it doesn't really matter. I find like one of the reasons why sometimes bullet journal is more efficient is because it cuts all the distractions, right? When I do it on my phone, what happens? Honestly, email notifications, social media, course answers, questions, friends texting me to go and play squash, blah, blah, blah. Keep going. Everything happens in the phone these days. So if you don't allow yourself a window of time, intentional time, removing all the distractions, you will not be able to be clear and to focus. So I find that the bullet journal allows you for that time without distractions, just with yourself. And it is proof that when you write things down to paper, pen to paper, the brain interprets things in a different way than when you type them in a device. But whatever works for you, if you have a habit tracking app in your phone and you use it, that's great. Why not? Try, and then if you find yourself being distracted, if you find yourself dropping the ball and doing something that you didn't account for because of the phone and the notifications, then just be honest with yourself and say, okay, I tried this and it's not working, I'm gonna try the journal, or vice versa. If it works, then keep doing that. How to deal with the guilt of not checking off a task? I would say, Mega, first of all, don't feel guilt, okay? That's the first of all. You brought a task down. Reflect instead. Reflect. Why didn't I do this task? Is it because it's unrealistic? Is it because I didn't account for enough time? Is it because something happened today that prevented me from doing it? Reflect, and then if it's important, that task, put it for tomorrow. If it's not important, delete it, let it go, and don't feel guilt. If you have to do that task, then make sure that you allocate enough time to do that task. And when you have a conflict of having too many tasks and not enough time, you have a problem of clutter, calendar clutter. You have too many things to do and you don't have enough time to do all of them. That means that you have two options here. Optimize how you use your time and become more efficient, or let go of things that are not really important and prioritize the things that really are important to you. Okay, so let me read. Good morning BD, just joining. I selected decluttering uses energy. We made really good progress this past week. Yes, same here, Veronica. Amazing, BD, congratulations. Haha, I heard your wife sneeze. I love that. Oh, you did? Okay. I didn't hear her. Where did you get a bullet journal? Sharon, at the store or online. My bullet journal is from a brand. My wife loves this brand, and it's Moleskine, it's called, the brand. So it looks like this, and then it has dot point pages. But honestly, you can do the bullet journal method in any notebook of your choice. It doesn't have to be a special notebook if you don't want to spend the money, okay? So for some people, it's important to have a notebook that is nice, leather covers, that feels good. That's what they need to feel inspired to use it. Some other people, the size is very important because maybe they have their favorite purse or backpack or something. And if you get something too big that doesn't fit in there, you are not going to take it with you everywhere, so you're not going to be using it. So get clear about your lifestyle, how you carry things around, what you need to feel inspired to use it. And if you don't know if this is for you, start with any notebook of your choice. Give it a try, test it, and then if you like it, you can always invest in this. I had 3 different notebooks, cheap notebooks from the dollar store, and then after I invested $30 in this one. Yes, reasons, not guilt. Yeah, guys, stop being... We all are the same, right? When it comes to ourselves, we always like punch us. We are really mean to ourselves. We really talk to ourselves very poorly about things. And it's like, why do we do that to ourselves? Why can't we just be having a conversation and asking, why didn't I do this? What are the reasons that I didn't get to this task today? And then really explore the why, really explore the what options do I have? Do I really need to do this task? Is it really important? If it's not, let it go. If you have to do it and it's important to you and it's aligned for you, how can you make that happen? Are you trying to accomplish a task that is too big in very little time? Maybe you can break that task down in different chunks of time. Are you trying to do something that requires a lot of your creativity in a time of the day when you are not feeling it? That's me sometimes with creating a course. I cannot just put on my calendar 2 hours, create a course, boom. What happens? I sit down in the desk, and if I don't feel creative, guys, I won't be able to create anything. So sometimes I have a 2-hour window. I sit in the desk, I'm trying to create a course, the creation piece, not the editing, not the creation. That creation requires creativity, requires energy, requires me being grounded, requires me being in a good place. If I'm not in that good place, I won't be able to make that task happen. So I need to be gentle with myself, and sometimes when I feel that creativity, I may then try and do that task and then move whatever I have there to the other time frame, because some tasks don't require me to be in that specific mindset, but some tasks they require a lot of energy, creativity. So if that's the case for you, make sure that you are putting the tasks at the right time of the day. What if I cannot afford the house that I like and feels like home? Lotus, you can feel at home anywhere you are. Anywhere you are, you can make it feel like at home. So I will say that the first thing that you need to do is to be grateful with what you have right now and make it as beautiful as you can right now. Be so grateful for what you have that you become happy with what you have. And then when you are in that place, more opportunities are going to flow into your life. But you have to be grateful for what you have right now. You have to accept your current situation right now. And from that place, then start looking for opportunities out there. But you can make any place a beautiful place. I backpacked for 4 years with just a backpack, stayed in so many different places in the world, and I tried to feel at home in each of them. Sometimes it was more difficult, for sure, but sometimes it's just the things that you have, the things that you do, the things that you feel, the habits that you do. So it's not about the physical space only, it's about how the energy that you put into those spaces. Trying to catch up with the comments here, guys. Please give a new bullet journal class. I live alone and I'm ready to find a partner and share life and home. Carrie, amazing. The same thing that I was saying. In order for you to find a great partner, you have to be that great partner for yourself first and be happy with yourself first. and do the activities that you like first and have an aligned life first. So I don't want you to try and find someone to make that happen for you, because then you're gonna be in a dependent relationship, right? You have to try and be good with yourself, and then from that place of integrity, alignment, fulfillment, happiness, that's when you then can attract your partner easily. Please show us more pictures of your buyo. Okay, I will. On days I know I have to put my energy elsewhere, like work projects or things outside of the house, I do one manageable thing that I can complete. Amazing. Yeah, guys, you have to prioritize. Just curious, do you keep your old bullet journals in your personal habit archives home library? Do you look over in the future? Sometimes I do, Amanda, and my wife, she did the investment from the beginning on these kind of journals, and she has different colors. So she has a collection, and she normally uses one every year. I only have this one from this brand, but I do have my old journals in there, and sometimes I use them for my course and for my events about bullet journaling, and sometimes I go through them and read them. It's a really great piece, because what you write down, what you are trying to create, you will forget. So by having a journal, you can go back 1, 2, 3 years and read what you were going through, and it's so inspiring. If you want a buyo on a budget, Michael's online has .journals. Thank you, BD. Amazing. Gratitude in the attitude. Emilio is right. Any place can be a home as long as you are happy and make the space pleasing to you. Trish, so true. BD, great idea. I need to do that too. So, for example, I just want to show you my to-do list. Okay, this is the to-do list that I have right now on my desk, and I use that to-do list separate from my journal because it gets messy. And I just started doing this and it's working for me. But if you notice here, I have a lot of tasks that I have not completed. But what my priority right now, if you see, is this. I don't know if you can read it, but it says minimalism course on Insight Timer. So that's the course that I'm creating, right? So all the other tasks, I want to do them, but they are not a priority right now. So I don't beat myself up if I'm not doing anything with these tasks right now. What I am making sure of is that every day, at least for 1 hour, I am working on my minimalism course. I know that by me doing 1 hour a day at least, in 2 to 3 weeks, the course is gonna be finished. And what I was telling you, sometimes I find myself doing 2 to 3 hours in a row because it's just more productive for me. Because when I get in that mindset of creation, I can be there for a few hours and I really get a lot done. But sometimes I cannot keep myself in that space for so long. So my target was 1 hour a day. When I do that, I feel well and I can do other things in life. I'm not being a slave of my to-do list. So I want you to do the same thing, right? If you drop the ball in tasks, drop the ball in tasks that are not a priority, but make sure that you make progress in what's important to you. Very cool ideas, thank you. I am looking forward to your minimalism course. Thank you, I hope that I can finish it soon. Please stick to your goals. I manifested that course. What do you mean you manifested that course? It's guys, I have so many ideas for courses and I find myself procrastinating some of them because there is resistance. That's real, guys. The resistance is real, and sometimes I just don't feel it. I don't have the creativity, I don't have the energy, the drive, because life happens. I'm tired too, guys. I have a daughter, sometimes things happen with my wife or with a friend, or with COVID. Really, COVID was hard, a hard time, honestly it was. I stopped doing the things that I love. I wasn't playing squash, I wasn't exercising as much. It was a dark time for everybody, right? So I wanted you to do one like that. Amazing, Sevilla. I hope you like it. I think I'm liking it. I think it's flowing well through me. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Okay, so someone asked for more pages of the bullet journal. So I don't know, like for example, this is a page on how you track something on your journal, right? So you can have the date, and then I use this pen, as I say, and I really like this pen because it has 4 colors. So in my page, I use the black one for the headings, I use the blue one to write the things down, I use the green one for gratefulness, things I'm grateful for, good things that happen in my life, and then I use the red one for challenges, things I want to change. So it becomes very visual. And I also did something in my journal, that these journals, they don't come with a pen holder. So I actually added this little thing with a piece of plastic. It's like a round thing. And basically this allows me to slide my pen in here. And then I always have the pen handy, because my frustration was that I didn't find the pen when I needed it, or I had to carry the pen separately. So this was really important to me. And I just used tape, like tape to tape it to the page. And this was done on October 2019. I put the date there. So it's been a while. So it's something that if you like having the pen with you, it's something that you can do. But yeah, basically the creation exercise is something that I really, guys, encourage you to do. Another thing that you can do is you can have a month at a glance, they call it. And basically you can have the month here, and then you can have the days of the month, and then you can write down the main events that happened that month. This is more like a reflection piece, because I do use my calendar on my phone. I find that more convenient for me. But some people may enjoy doing this on the journal. This is like, for example, a challenge that I did with my wife, that every day I had to write 10 things I was grateful for. So I did this for a few weeks. Every morning I was writing 10 things I was grateful for. So there are so many different ways that you can use the journal. And yeah, like these are just some examples, but there are like so many other ones. And we do have a course on bullet journaling if you are interested in checking it. You can type my name, and then you can find my academy, and you can find the course there. Okay. So what else? I stopped exercising and many things. Yeah, me too. I gained some weight, the COVID weight, they call it, the COVID belly. So guys, what else are you facing that is preventing you from creating the lifestyle that you want and that you deserve and that feels aligned to you? Hi Dorothy, nice to see you here. Thank you for joining. If you guys are enjoying this session, of course, as always, Insight Timer works through donations. So the only way that I get compensated for being here with you guys is by donations. So if you are getting value, I will really appreciate if you can support my work with a donation. So feel free to just click the donate button if you can. You can also follow me on Insight Timer. You can also listen to my audios and leave a review. Reviews really help support my work. And of course, check my course on self-care and the new one that is coming in the next couple of weeks. Thank you, Bidi, for your donation. So Juliana says, the feeling of not deserve, I think, is the bottom of it. So Juliana, can we dive deeper into like what's underneath that feeling of not deserving? Thank you, Alisa. Can you be more specific about, can we shine the light a little bit if you feel okay with it? Thank you, Loretta. I am overwhelmed by the possibilities. Jen, absolutely. And I was thinking about something yesterday about life, right? And how life offers you an infinite amount of possibilities. There is no way that we can take advantage of all of them, and we can get stuck in that feeling of missing out, right? There is always something else that I could be doing. So I never feel content. I never feel calm where I am right now, because there is always something that I'm missing out about. And I was thinking about, for some of you who have cable, TV cable, okay? So you pay an amount for the month to have like 1,000 channels, right? So if you get in that mindset of like, I have to watch everything that is in here because I need to get my money's worth, I have to do it. There is no way that you could keep up and do that. There is no way, no possible way, right? So the only thing that you can do is become intentional, become aware of your possibilities. What kind of channels do I have? What channels are aligned with what I want to watch, what I want to learn, what I want to experience? Look at your calendar, allow intentional time to watch TV as much or as little as you want, and then you will tune into those channels at the right time. So you will focus your energy into that specific channel, enjoy that channel, get what you are looking for from that channel, and then tune it off and switch to a different channel, or maybe stop watching TV until tomorrow. Life is the same thing. You have so many things happening, right? Exciting things, creative things, things on social media, things on news, things on with your friends, things on the street, things. There are so many things that you can tune into. But if you let the possibilities to overwhelm you, then you are going to end up not enjoying anything. So that's why mindfulness and self-care is so important, because you are allowing yourself to be present. Right now, I am here with you. I chose to be here with you on Inside Timer. So I try my best to clear my energy, to set my intention, to be present with you guys, to read your comments, to try and understand what you are trying to tell me. And then I try to make this time meaningful and enjoyable. And I feel great after a live session like this with you guys, because it happened and you guys made me accountable. Okay? If you were not there, I will not be here. I will probably choose to do something else. But you are helping me be accountable. You are helping me be present. You are helping me do research. You are helping me stay in the mindset of this kind of work. So for that, I honor you and I want to thank you. But this is just a way of how things flow. For you, you have to do the same thing in your life. Try to decide of something and then flow through it. Allow yourself the time to experience that thing. Just be present. I was feeling the regret I would have after it's all decluttered. That feeling of why didn't I do this earlier, or look how much of life I missed. But surprising, the joy of decluttering takes over and won't allow fear or regret to be present. Amazing. Trish, thank you so much. Management of ideas. We have such an abundance of ideas these days, guys, that it's normal to feel overwhelmed. It's normal to not be able to keep up. It's just normal. We have just such an amount of things to do. That's why it becomes more important than ever to really the mindfulness. That's why Inside Timer is so big. That's why people are looking for tools to manage their mental health. Because if you don't find those tools, if you don't find a way for you to be present, you are always going to be worried about the future, upset about the past, always in those two, but you will never be here, present, now. And let me tell you, when you are here, now, the future has no impact on you. The past has no impact on you, because you are choosing right now what you want to do. You are choosing right now what you want to feel. You are tuning into whatever you have decided. For you guys, like 137 of you decided to be here today with me, with us on Inside Timer. There is a reason for that. And you are being present here, and you are setting the intention here, and our energies are together here. Okay? When we finish the lesson, you are gonna go to do something else. But that something else can be, so these are the two options that you have, guys. Option number one, you don't set the intention, and then someone else is gonna set it for you. And then you are gonna have a life that is not aligned with you, because you didn't choose that. Someone will come with a task, something will happen that will claim your attention, and then you will get from there, and then another thing will happen, and then another thing will happen. So you will flow through your day, and the day will be over. And some people enjoy that, but some people will feel frustrated because they didn't get to do the things that they wanted to do. The other way, second option, is you set the intention. You, from the present moment, decide, next task for me, it's going to be this one. I am going to set the intention to do this. And I am not gonna let distractions to come to my place. And if they do come, I am aware of them. And I have the choice to say yes or no. I have the choice to say right now is not a good time. Can you please come in 10 minutes? Can you please come in 1 hour? Can you please send me an email? Right now it's not important. Or right now I don't have the mindset of that, but I'm gonna put it on my list because it's a great idea and I don't wanna forget. But right now, I'm not going to dedicate any energy into that. I'm just gonna write it down and then I will deal with it later. And then you have to deal with it later if you want to, but at least you brought it down. So you can reflect about it, you can remind yourself about it, and then you start developing a system, a time management system that is gonna look different for all of you guys. You are doing amazing, Emilio. Look forward to your sessions. Thank you so much, Sharon. Practicing the steps and instructions you offer, Emilio, has helped me move through, and I accept the physical help from my mom when she offered. That's great, BD. Amazing. Thank you, Emilio, for all the helpful life management ideas. You are welcome, Trish. Thank you, Susie, for your donation. Without the tools, you fall off the cliff. Absolutely. And your openness, being raw and real, is very inspiring. Thank you for your uplifting us, Emilio. Amazing, Amanda. You are honored. Sometimes I feel that this is not me here because I didn't have any plans for this session today. And okay, let me share this with you guys. I was feeling a little bit nervous today because I didn't have anything written down. I didn't have a structure to follow, but I trusted. I said, I chose this topic. I am setting the intention. I am going to be fully present and accept whatever comes my way, and I'm gonna flow through it. That's what I'm gonna be doing today. So I don't have a script. I don't have anything. So you guys are helping me be real. You guys are setting the intention with me. So you are allowing me to channel whatever needs to come through me to you, because all of my experience helping people, whatever, but all those things are for you. You need to hear them. You need to benefit from them. And I'm just one guy telling you something that you need to hear. So yeah, sometimes this is what being present means, guys. Sometimes I remember one of my first lives here on Inside Timer. I don't know if you guys were here. It was how to embrace minimalism in your life. So guys, there were over 1,500 people sign up. I was featured on the live event on Inside Timer. Like a friend that is also on Inside Timer texted me saying, Emilio, you are featured on Inside Timer. I had no idea. I looked at that and I started becoming a little bit nervous. It's like, oh my God, all these people are gonna have expectations. I have to deliver, but I didn't let all that paralyze me because it can be very paralyzing. So I went to the session, guys, and I had such a hard time with technology. I had a hard time with technology. My Wi-Fi wasn't working. There was a guy cutting a tree, making so much noise, and I struggled through half of the session, half an hour of the session. I couldn't even deliver anything because I was going through the technical problems. But you know what I did? I remained calm. I remained, okay, this is happening for a reason. I don't want to get upset with this. I'm doing my best. I'm gonna keep trying my best, and that's everything I can do. So after half an hour, like, I don't know why people were still in the call. I have no idea. But that's the session where I received the most donations. That's the session where people were the most helpful and compassionate. And that's because I was present. So that's what I want to share with you guys. Be present. Whatever you choose, be present with that task. And if you don't like it, be intentional about switching to the next task, but set the intention. What am I doing next? And you don't have to micromanage every single minute of your day, okay? You have to just set the intention. And if your intention is, I'm just gonna flow through life for the next 3 hours, that's your intention. I'm just gonna get on my phone and get lost in social media for 3 hours. That's your intention. You understand what I mean? I'm gonna go sit on the couch and watch Netflix for the whole day today and eat ice cream. That's your intention, okay? It's not you just rambling and just finding yourself sitting on the couch eating ice cream. No, you decided to do that. You set the intention to do that, and you are enjoying doing that. Maybe after you have to go to the gym because you ate too much ice cream, but you set that intention, and you always have the opportunity to set a different intention, okay? Always. The only thing that you have control over is your present moment right now. So for those of you who are feeling overwhelmed, feeling anxiety, those feelings are coming because you are letting the future that doesn't exist yet control you. Hi Nati, you are letting the future control you. You are letting the what if that happened control you. You are letting your unrealistic expectation of what it should be control you, okay? For those of you who are feeling depression, who are feeling traumas, who are feeling like stuck in life, low energy, most likely you are letting the past control you. You are letting whatever happened in the past, it's weighing you down. So I invite you to just use mindfulness to stay here and now. And the only way for you to do that is by being intentional. Intentional, guys, be intentional. You have the power to decide what are you going to do now? What are you going to do the next hour? What are you going to say yes or no to? You do have the power to do all those things. And it is true that there are dynamics that are happening, okay? When you try to change, there is resistance. And that resistance is going to show up in people that you normally hang out with and they are expecting something from you. All of a sudden, if you are changing, they're going to find a different person, and most likely they're not going to like it, they're not going to understand it, and they're going to resist you. That's why clear communication needs to happen too. Okay, if you are trying to stop smoking, for example, and every day you go to work and you smoke with your co-workers and they enjoy your company and the chat and everything, and all of a sudden you decide not to smoke, so you avoid them, do you think they're going to be happy about your change? Just think about it. Are they going to be happy? Are they going to accept it? Yeah, guys, I'm recording this today. Don't worry. I will share this for those of you who came later, okay? So just think about that, right? So you have the power of that. Deciding what to do next and setting that intention. And try to go through your week, through your day with that mindset. Sometimes I cannot do it all the time, but sometimes I say, okay, now I'm doing a live session on Insight Timer. I set my intention to that. When I'm finished, okay, now I'm gonna take a 10-minute break. I'm gonna stretch my legs, maybe juggle my balls, maybe drink water. And then when I finish that, okay, what's my next thing? Okay, I'm going to go to the gym to play squash because I'm playing squash at lunchtime with a friend. So I'm gonna get on my electric scooter and go to the gym. That's my task. Now I'm gonna play squash. That's my task. Now I'm gonna shower. That's my task. Now I'm gonna go back home and work on my minimalism course for 1 hour. That's my next task. And I try to set the intention, right? It won't happen all the time, but if you try to do that, you're gonna be starting to take control of your life and starting to create an aligned life. Emilio, thank you. Spirit led me here today. This was the message I needed to hear. Thank you so much, Dorothy. Great, thank you, Saibidi. So guys, what's coming up for you? Where will it be posted? Nati, it will be posted on my profile, okay, as an audio recording. And it will say the title of the session and it will say live recording, okay? And it will be live probably in 3 to 4 days because I will publish it today, but Insight Timer will approve it. It takes 2 to 3 days for them to approve it. Unfortunately, I missed the tour of your house. Is it recorded? No, I didn't record the tour of my home, sorry. Oh, great, thank you. So guys, what's coming up? What resistance are you still facing? What is something that is preventing you from creating the aligned life that you want and deserve? We choose when thinking of our next step on one day or day one. So Amanda Joy, I don't really understand your question. When thinking of our next step, one day or day one. I don't really know what that means. I need to set the intention to put things back after using them. That's the secret. That's the maintenance, guys. When you are decluttering and organizing a physical space. So the secret of maintaining a clutter-free space. Thank you, Tinalina, for your donation. The secret is to find a permanent home for every item that you are keeping. And when you use the space, you have to make sure that you return those items to their permanent homes, okay? Tour of your house, wow, how did I miss that? I can just imagine how beautiful it is. It's just a 2-bedroom apartment, guys, but it's just functional and it facilitates the lifestyle that we want to have. But we have to declare every year, at least twice too. I'm worried about disappointing others around me if I focus fully on what's aligned for me. That's great, Sarah, but then I will ask you, are you living them for yourself or are you living for someone else? Because how fair is it that people have expectations on you and then you don't feel well with that? And just think about it, those people who may have expectations from you, do you think they are happy seeing you unhappy? Or do you think if they had the option, they will feel better seeing you happy and doing what you really, really love? And have you communicated clearly what is it that you need and why to them? So those are some things for you to think about, okay? meaning one day I will do it instead of starting today. Roxanne, you are talking about procrastination. Okay, so I did a talk about procrastination, and I think there is a recording live already. I will invite you to listen to that. But yeah, I will invite you to whatever you are trying to do, make it as small and as convenient as possible so that you actually get started. Because once you get started, that momentum is going to allow you to do more and more and more. But you have to overcome that getting started, okay? That's where people get stuck. They don't get started. And when you don't get started, you just cannot make any progress because you didn't even start. When you start, even if you start with a little thing by little thing, 1 week after another, it will accumulate into a great thing. Okay? It may take longer or shorter, but you are making progress. Small progress, but you are making progress. And sometimes you just need a little progress. Better than nothing. Because that little progress is going to help you feel inspired, feel motivated, accomplish, and you're gonna see a little bit of progress, a quick win, and then you're gonna be able to keep moving forward with more and more. Remember, think about the present moment. What can you do in the next 5 minutes, in the next 10 minutes, in the next hour? Just focus on that and try to make progress in whatever task you have decided. There are people close to me who depend a lot on me being there for them when they want and need it. That's the main thing keeping me from doing what's good and right for me. Okay, Sarah, that's normal, and that's something that happens to a lot of us. You can still provide help to them. You don't have to say no to everything, but you can start setting boundaries in a way that you feel well with. For example, if you are, I don't know who you help, but if you are helping, for example, a person that had an accident and maybe they need your help for everything because their arm is broken, well, that's a temporary thing that once they are okay with the arm, then so right now you have to help them, that's fine. But sometimes you can define how you help that person. You can define time frames to help that person. You don't have to be there 24/7 all the time. And if that's their expectation, you have to change their expectation, and you have to set a different expectation. And this is not you saying no, this is you protecting yourself, this is you being realistic and honest and saying, I am suffering. My mental health is suffering. I need to change something here. I don't know what it is. So I am going to start testing things. Okay? And I want you to support me testing things. So instead of me being here 24/7, I'm gonna be here 3 times a day for 2 hours each time. And then let's test that and see what happens. Because maybe that's enough time to get everything done, to get company, and all of a sudden you have time in between for yourself to do whatever activities you need to do. I am stuck in a non-motivational life now. I'm trying to get motivated and having a hard time doing that. I will say, Paris, to your question, it's very normal to feel unmotivated, and I will say that one of the things that I try to say in my home and with my wife, it's things to help us get motivated again, because sometimes you just get in the hole and you just don't feel the energy, and sometimes days go by and you just don't feel it. It's just pulling teeth, struggling, no energy, don't want to do anything. So when that happens, you just have to go back to the basics. What are things that when you do them, they make you feel well? Sometimes it's just watching a show that makes you laugh really hard. Sometimes it's having a board like I do with all the gratefulness and things that I have accomplished this month. So I just step in front of the board and I look at it and I remind myself of, wow, I have done all these things. This is pretty good. Sometimes I go to my courses, to the reviews, and I read the reviews and I read real people telling me how I help them. And that really lifts my spirit up in a way that I need to keep serving, I need to keep showing up, and that gives me motivation. Sometimes it's like juggling my balls. I love juggling balls. And sometimes when I need to be present because I feel myself being unmotivated, being in the past, or being anxious about something. So when I feel myself that I'm not here, grounded, juggling my balls is an activity that really helps me ground myself. Why? Because I have to pay attention to the balls. I have to really be present and really observe what's going on. It's playful. It's movement. And after just a minute of doing that, I just feel better. So try to find an activity that when you do it, makes you feel good. Maybe it's a quick run, maybe it's a bath, maybe it's making a cake for your neighbor and seeing their face when they receive it. Maybe it's calling a friend and just telling them how much you love them. Maybe it's writing a letter. I don't know. Try to find something that when you do it, like a very quick, convenient win, and then you start pulling from that motivation, and then hopefully you will start creating something that you like more. I hope that helps. I don't know if that was helpful, but try to create something that you will enjoy more. That's the secret. Be intentional now and create activities that you know you are going to enjoy so that you will feel motivated and energized. Sarah says that expectation is different from what I can give or I am willing to give. I haven't figured out how to communicate no so they can really hear me and be okay with it. Yeah, Sarah, you are working there with clear communications and clear boundaries. And that's something, one of the talks that I'm doing actually is based on that, but you have to find a way to be honest with them. You have to find a way to express how you are feeling and just ask for help from them. Say, I am not feeling well. I need to do something. My mental health is suffering and I need to change. Do you have any advice? What can I do? And maybe they come up with something that you didn't think of. But just be honest first and communicate how you are feeling now. You don't have to find a solution right now. You are just expressing how you are feeling and why. And then maybe together you can find a solution that fits both of you. But sometimes when you are surrounded by people who are demanding from you and you always feel drained from them, there is a dynamic there that is not healthy. And you have to find a way to limit the exposure to that interaction so that you can manage it, or help the person create a healthier dynamic. So if that's possible, that's what I would choose. Try to create a healthy dynamic. If the person is not open-minded, if the person doesn't want to change, if the person just wants you how you were, then the only thing that you can do is protect yourself by exposing yourself for less time to that person so that you can manage it, and then after you have to practice self-care to recover yourself. That's what you have to do. Speaking of that, I have broken my right wrist and potentially my left one too. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nati. The universe is clearly telling me to slow down. Well, maybe it's an opportunity for you to embrace slowing down and actually embrace receiving help from people and being okay with it, right? Yes, thank you. What about when you are alone most of the time? How to motivate in the way you just mentioned? Yeah, Juliana, I want to say that that's something that I actually struggle with that, because I am from Barcelona, Spain, and I moved to Canada in 2012, and so many times I find myself feeling very lonely. Because here people have their lives, people are busy. I don't have my long-time friends here, and everybody has their long-time friends that they always connect with and they always do activities with. I have friends to play squash, I have friends to do different things, but I don't have a lot of really good, deep friends because I just haven't been in the country for that long, and I didn't go to school with them. I didn't spend so much time with them like I did with my friends in Spain. So sometimes I struggle with that, and I don't know what to do with it, because that feeling is inside me. It's there, and that affects me a lot. So the only thing I can do sometimes is just try to do something that will make me feel better, something that will ground me in the present moment. And I'm not trying to block those feelings. I'm not trying to neglect them or like avoid them. I'm just becoming aware of them. I know they are there. I know why they are there. But then I have to do something about it, because I don't want them to control me, right? I want me to be able to do something to make myself feel better. So hopefully you can find some of the things that I did. I joined a meetup group. I started to do activities that I enjoyed, and hopefully I will meet people along the way to share those activities with. I will try to do nice things to other people. Sometimes I will try to just offer some help. if you have the time, you can do that, right? You can maybe call a friend and say, hey, do you need any help around the house, or do you need I don't know, an excuse to spend some time with them? There are different ways, but I would say like tap into what is it that you enjoy doing, what are the hobbies that you like, and then start doing that and try to find a community around those things that you like and that you feel aligned with. Because once you start finding your tribe, finding people that are enjoying the same things that you are, it's gonna be way easier for you to enjoy their company. It's gonna be way easier for you to connect with them. And I know during COVID, that has been really, really hard. But even online, sometimes you can find communities of people that are gathering together, and that can make you feel less lonely, and hopefully start building that muscle of self-care and self-love. And then you can then show up around in the world, and other people will feel attracted to you because you are just so full of life, so energized, right? And so grounded. And you're going to attract that specific person to you. So you're going to attract whatever you feel, and whatever you are right now, that's what you're going to attract most likely. So try to like get yourself to that state of like being the person that you want to hang out with, and then hopefully other people will see that. About being present and then finding gratitude. I can relate to that. Gratitude for this moment. Yeah, guys, just think about it, okay? Even if you are feeling down, even if you are feeling anxiety, even if you are feeling depression from the past, like when you are grateful, really grateful, and you are actually feeling the gratefulness, if you are visualizing something that happened to you that was beautiful and that you really are grateful about, like you cannot feel gratefulness and depression at the same time. You cannot feel gratefulness and anxiety at the same time. You cannot. You either feel one thing or the other. So if you start promoting the gratefulness, if you start reflecting about your life and being grateful for everything that you already have, you're gonna become a more grateful person. You're gonna become a more fun person to be around. You're gonna be happy with yourself. You're gonna be just in a different state of mind, and that is going to attract other people to you more easily. So just try to be grateful for everything that you have. Even if life seems dark, there are so many things we can be grateful about, like running water, heat, living in a country that is safe. You live in Mexico, amazing country. I want to go there. Probably you have amazing beaches around. Maybe like you have ruins, pyramids. There are so many things that you can be grateful about. So try to start there. And there is this gratefulness challenge by Rhonda Byrne, I think is her name. It's called, she brought The Secret, the book called The Secret. I did that with my wife during COVID. She actually brought the book and said, Emilio, I want to do that. Do you want to do this with me? And I thought that's an amazing idea, and I can use some of that. So thank you for encouraging me to doing this. And we did it for 28 days. There are 28 different practices that you have to do. And that really helped me like lift up my energy and my gratefulness. So I don't know, I hope some of these ideas help you. I can feel where you are because I am there a lot of the times, and it's hard. So you have to work through that. You have to really be intentional. You have to practice self-care. Look at your self-care list, create one if you don't have one, and then make it so convenient, so simple, so easy that you can do things easily. And then hopefully that will like lift up your energy. A book, yeah, it's a book. The book is called The Magic. Thank you, The Magic. Thank you so much, Elle, for sharing the name. Okay, guys, we are 15 minutes over the session. Thank you so much for being here. I really had a great time with you guys. If you like this session and you want to support me, feel free to donate. Donations really help support my work. And if you have any other questions, please, you can share them in the circle. The circle is called Your Thriving Lifestyle. Feel free to join. And the more you share, the more you receive. You know that. And the more you share, the more intentional you become, because the more aware you become. So make sure that you allow for time, intentional time in your day to plan, intentional time to reflect, intentional time to start making the changes that you want to make in your life. Thank you, Sarah, for your donation. And start making it a reality, guys. It's not gonna be perfect from day one. Just get started, okay? Even if you write down one thing Just get started. Overcome the hump of getting started, because that's when majority of the people get stopped. They just don't get started. They never get started. And then they never can make anything happen because they didn't even get started. So you have to get started. You have to try. You have to fail. You have to accept the failure, learn from it, try again, see how you feel. And then it's like a game, right? Just think about this as a game. Don't beat yourself up when you fail. Have the expectation that you are going to fail really badly and laugh about it. Allow yourself the pleasure of failing, learning, having fun, playfulness. No expectations, but keep moving forward to whatever you want to create in your life. Okay? So, thank you, Laura, for sharing the name of the circle, Your Thriving Lifestyle. Okay? So, I hope to see you guys there. What is the name of the gratitude book? The Secret. It's called The Secret. Sorry, The Magic. The Magic is the book about the challenge. Okay? And it's by Rhonda Byrne. Sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that. It's Rhonda, Byrne, I believe is her name. But if you type Gratefulness Challenge, The Magic, it's a book. I borrowed it from the library and had it for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And then I did the whole thing. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Alisa, for typing the name. Okay, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I will be live again on Friday at 10 a.m. I hope to see you here. And for those of you who are new, my name is Emilio Jose Garcia, and I am live here on Inside Timer normally every Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm in Canada, originally from Spain, but living in Canada. Okay? And I have a business called KW Professional Organizers. And since 2012, I have been helping people declutter and organize their lives, like in their homes. I actually went to their homes and helped them with the physical clutter first. And then after that, my wife and I, because we work as a team, we created online courses. We have like 14 online courses right now about different topics. And we also do a lot of wellness programming for companies. We do like a lot of talks about organization, time management, self-care, how to integrate organization, minimalism, and self-care in your life so that you can create a thriving lifestyle that you love and it's aligned with your needs. Okay? So thank you so much for being here, guys. Feel free to listen to the other recordings that I have in the meantime, and I will see you on Friday at 10 a.m. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Adios.